All right, yeah. So now this is all. It's all a work, and now we're doing the news. So, we have a few news stories, and then we'll get to the announcement, and then we'll be done. The Miz got stuck in a room.
Yeah. What?
So Miz got stuck in a room in the SAP Center in San Jose before Raw. He did end up making it to Raw. But he was stuck in there for a good long time. He did some Instagram videos that are available on his Instagram, and it's hilarious. He actually got stuck in there with somebody else. The guy isn't really named. He ended up getting out, crawling through a vent door that they kind of took off. But don't worry, he was locked in there with a full thing of like waters and drinks, so he was fine. But what kind of luck, right?
How do you get locked in a room? What happened?
You know what happened? It had to be a rib. Somebody had to be ribbing him.
You think so,
bro? Like who? Like okay, what was in that room? 2 chairs and some water bottles and some Gatorades. So someone was like, "Hey, go in there and get these Gatorades," and he was like, "Oh, okay." And then all of a sudden, he was talking to his buddy, and all of a sudden they get locked in. Had to be a rib. Has to be.
Somebody did something.
Because that's wild. That's wild. That would just randomly happen. So, so we go on to some. We have actually a couple wrestlers passing this week. So we got a couple of pieces of sad news. Ole Anderson passes away at 81. Arn Anderson, his longtime partner, and obviously, in the Minnesota Wrecking Crew and the Four Horsemen, he took to Twitter to kind of talk about his friend and kind of send tribute. He said, Arn Anderson says, "Each one of us starts dying from the moment we're born. Some of us live long, fruitful lives. Some die too soon. All I have been able to figure out in my 65 years is to treat people how you want to be treated, and if they teach you anything, be grateful for that." Ole Anderson was brutally honest when it came to how he felt about life and wrestling. He gave me the rub of a lifetime, taking Gene's spot in the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. The Four Horsemen followed, and we know how that went. He was a mentor to me without needing to be, or without meaning to be. I studied and will teach my son, some Oleisms. To his family and people that loved him, we grieve with you. To those who thought Ole was too ornery to die, 81 is a full life. R.I.P. Rock. Ole Anderson, obviously, one of the greats. They paid tribute to him on WWE. This is definitely thoughts and prayers out to his family and anybody else that was very close with him. Just through this hard time. And unfortunately, we have to go right into Virgil or Vincent, depending on where you knew him from. He passes away at 61. Michael Jones took to Twitter, or not Twitter, but Facebook, to speak about his friend. Excuse me. He said, "My dear friends, it is with great sorrow that I bring news from the Jones family of the passing of our beloved Michael Jones, whom we know and loved as Virgil, Vincent, or Soul Train Jones, and more." Virgil passed peacefully at the hospital this morning, and I ask that you pray for him and I pray for him and for his family. May his memory be eternal. Vincent or Virgil, in an article that I found from early February from SE Scoops. Apparently, he had multiple health issues. He received a dementia diagnosis. He had a few strokes. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And he was dealing with gastrointestinal cancer. I'm dying over here. All right. So yeah, again, his official cause of death has not been announced, but I'm assuming it's related to, these things.
Yeah.
So again, thoughts and prayers go out to Vincent's family and friends, anyone who's close with him. Definitely, it's always hard to lose legends, but when you lose two in 1 week, it really sucks. Moving on to the Wrestling Observer, they confirm that. The Wrestling Observer confirms that LA Knight will be going against AJ Styles and Logan Paul will be going against WrestleMania. Logan Paul will be going against Randy Orton at WrestleMania. It's Wrestling Observer. It could be true. It could not be true. There could be a swerve in there, but anytime you're talking about Dave Meltzer, who really knows? His sources aren't always reputable.
Right. We won't know until we actually know. So.
Yeah. So Drew signs new contract with WWE. Wait. No, he hasn't. So WrestleMania says that he has in fact signed a new deal. But dailymail.co.uk says that he has not. Here's my take on it. It does not matter. He's going to win at WrestleMania, in my opinion. They're putting him in the main event at WrestleMania. Yes, his contract is up after WrestleMania, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just a contract. He's just negotiating.
Right. Do you think being in the main event of WrestleMania, you're going to be like, you know what? I don't want to do this. And just bounce after this WrestleMania? Has anybody ever done that before? I don't think so.
Yeah, not really. And let's be honest. In all respect to AEW, but if I'm in the main event of WrestleMania, whether I win or lose, it is very obvious that the company believes in me. I'm not going to AEW. I'm not going to do it.
Right. Not going to TNA. No other promotion. There's no need for it,
Yep. And again, no offense. AEW has nothing comparable to WrestleMania. I say, if anybody doesn't like that, someone somewhere might be like, oh, the Wembley Stadium. No. Yes, but no. Like one event, if they can sell out the Wembley Stadium every year, then cool. But no. It's great that they did that, and AEW is a big deal. I'm not an AEW hater. But
right.
If I'm in the main event of WrestleMania, I'm not leaving, bro. I'm sorry.
Right. If you think they have a better promotion or a better end all be all wrestling PLE event PLE, dispute it. Tell us, show us. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see something exciting over there,
Yep. And anybody listening, yeah, please. As always, I was late on it today because we're just about at the end. But always feel free to chat, please. We would love to answer questions or hear your thoughts or even fight with you in the chat. I would love it.
Yeah.
We're wrestling fans. We're opinionated. We would love to hear the opinions. So that's all the news that we have. What's his name? I can't remember his name. A couple weeks ago, old wrestler shot his wife. He is now officially been charged now that he's out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot remember for the life of me. But I'll try to get it and just put it on the next podcast or whatever, because I'm sure some more stuff will come out about that.
Yeah. Well, you can check out our Twitter. It'll be on there too once we actually delve into it a little bit.
True that. All right. So, announcement time. So I promised you guys a big announcement, and we're gonna give you two. So today I went to RVA Wrestling Academy. If you guys can see that, RVA Wrestling Academy. I used to train to be a pro wrestler. That's where I got this nifty shirt. I spoke with Big Ace Montana. I actually had an interview with Big Ace Montana. And the big news was going to be that we were going to put Ace on Spotify. He was going to be our first podcast. Our first podcast show on Spotify, right? And then all of our other episodes were going to be to follow. Here's the problem with that. The problem with that is that the audio did not, come over correctly. So due to technical difficulties, I'm going to have to hopefully reshoot the interview with Ace Montana if I have time, and if he has time, and if he's willing. He is a very busy man going up and down the East Coast, wreaking havoc, kicking some ass. MATW, he is, kicking some tail there. So, yeah, I do apologize. That is the big announcement, that we are going to do this interview. I'm hoping that I can get him to re-record with me, and then we can drop it. But secondarily, we are going to be doing Spotify. So
yep, Spotify, here we come, baby.
Tomorrow is March 1st, and I'm going to do my absolute best to start putting the podcast episodes on Spotify. And if I can make that work, you should be seeing those, and you will have a link to our Spotify. When that happens, please like, share, and subscribe to all of the episodes. Same with our YouTube, same with our Twitch, all that stuff. We are trying to get to 50 followers, because that will get us to affiliate. So that's our major goal right now. But outside of that, do you have any wrestling hot takes for us right now?
Wrestling hot takes. Sting's last match.
Oh,
you willing to tune in? You willing to tune in for that?
That's already happened.
Has it happened?
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
Oh.
Yep. But it wasn't his last match. It seems like I didn't watch it, but it seems like there's some rumblings talking about him going against Darby Allin for his last match. Like Darby Allin's going to turn on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's still like.
So we'll see how that goes.
So the only reason I brought up Sting is because they did something with him that he hasn't done in a while, and is that they dropped him from the rafters.
Yep.
It's been so long since he's had that entrance.
Yep.
It sent chills up my spine, and I was like, you know what? That's the one. So I will say, good job on that, AEW. I may not like all of your stuff, but that one hit home for me.
AEW has done a fantastic job with Sting's career. Definitely a good place for him to leave was AEW, and it's very fitting. In multiple different ways. Him coming down from the rafters is such a fantastic big deal. Not least of which is Tony Khan is, saying that he's willing to kill a 61-year-old man if things went wrong, but we can always be naysayers and negative all the time, but yeah, it was great to see Sting come down from the rafters again. I think they stopped it after Owen Hart's death purposefully because they didn't want to add any kind of insult to injury. So no one's done it in years, more than 20 years. No one has done it that I'm aware of. So yeah, that was actually pretty good. Very good hot take there, G. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, man. Gotta bring up my favorite wrestler. I'm pretty sure that's your favorite wrestler too.
It is my favorite wrestler, which makes me look bad, but it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of episode 6 of the podcast. I think or is it 5? 6. Episode 6 of the podcast, if you can believe it. If you want good news, if you want good reviews, if you want great interviews starring your boy Big T, or in the future, Hanji Manji when you get on the local scene, it's coming.
It's coming.
You have to come here to It's All a Work podcast. I'm telling you, I've been saying it for the last 3 podcasts now. We're going to the top. We're making moves. We're reaching out to people. We're going to get there. And, it's been your boy, Big T, as always. And it's been your boy, Hanji Manji. As always, y'all have a great night. Stay safe. We will see you Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
We out.